Hello again, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. I got in on this I set up the party finder, and it actually a level 80 person responded quite quickly. And I also got this other level 55 person that swept in. I probably could have just let as many people come as possible, but you know. I almost forgot to start recording. So here we are. Binding Coil of Bahamut, Turn 1. Imperial Exploratory Site, 237 YALMS deep. We'll eat some actual food, just in the spirit of raiding. The first time I ever stepped into this raid was... oh... scars left by the calamity. I can scarce breathe for the surfeit of aether. Tell me, have you ever seen corrupted crystals such as these? Such crystals manifested across the realm when the course of the great river of ether was irrevocably altered 5 years ago. Behold, one of the objects that caused that alteration, a fragment of the lesser moon, Dalamud. Ancient Alec created Dalamud, or Meteor, to use the Garlean name. They serve as a celestial prison for Bahamut. Its fall inflicted grievous wounds upon the land, wounds that have yet to heal, as is evident from the corrupted crystals. That boss is already dead. The samurai done killed it. It's called ADS. It's the Automated Defense System. I'll tell you more about it at some point. Oh, that looks like Bahamut's wing. Gods preserve. Dark wings that engulf the very heavens. This could only belong to Bahamut, the primal who laid Eorzea to waste 5 years ago. At Cartano, my grandfather sought to imprison Bahamut anew by invoking the power of the 12. Alas, the threadworm proved too powerful, and he soon broke free of his confines. Yet instead of resuming the destruction he had begun, Bahamut vanished. Whitherto no one knew until this day. But I do not understand. If Bahamut is truly a primal, how is it that he retains his physical form? Did grandfather defeat him, or is there some other explanation? We must press on if we are to learn the truth. It's okay, baby. I'm pretty sure the samurai is almost the boss already. Oh, we got an elf watching us. Looks like he was dressed in Louis Suave's clothes. Could it have been? Could it have been Louis Suave? I mean, Bahamut's down here. Normally you'd fight that sphere that we saw, the automated defense system. It does rotary cannons, which are like a close-up AoE. It does a single line, huge AoE. And it's incredibly powerful for a level 50 monster. It summons little tiny orb ads in the very south, or the very back of the room, that needed to be picked up by tanks in the old days. They did really, really fast rotating cannons, so they were going to beat up your off-tank really quickly. And it also did a raid-wide thing called High Voltage that it would paralyze, do damage and paralyze the entire raid if it went off. It needed to be silenced. This is the Caduceus. This monster killed me so many times on Dragoon the first time I ever fought it. It splits in two at some point, but it's not going to live long enough for that to matter. Its mechanics were basically, it splits in two. You need to pull the splits away, because when it splits in two, it gets attacked down. But if they get too close together, they fuse back together into one and get attack up. They slowly raise their attack power, and a little slime, like these panels would glow, and if you stood in the glowing panel, you'd take damage and the spawn would slime with you. And then to lower the snake's attack power, you could take a slime to it and feed it the slime, which would heal it slightly, but then you would... it would lose an attack stack. So it was a way to keep your tanks up. It's sort of like a controlled crescendo sort of thing. But for the most part, people didn't feed unless it was like an emergency. Here, in this turn, we get to fight a whole bunch of automated defense systems. Now the interesting thing about this floor is basically each one of these nodes we kill has a special ability that only it can do. When you kill it, it locks that ability, the final boss, the final automated defense system, from being able to do it. And we actually might die if it gets Alphen Rot out. But it's good. Nah, it's dead. Level 80 is OP. But there's like a whole bunch of nodes throughout here. And what's interesting is the second you begin the fight with the first one, an enrage counter starts. And after 11 minutes, the entire arena will enrage, and you will start taking laser beam damage. The third turn of Bahamut's Binding Coil was basically like they wanted you to have a rest break. But yeah, this was supposed to be like the, you know, take a break, relax a little bit, floors. There's also a flavor text with every one of these duties in the duty finder to read. It's actually quite interesting to read. I'd read them, but in the interest of saving these gracious people's time, I had forgone that. Also, you notice how there's no echo bonus in here? It's because, you know, there's no boss. What we're actually going down through is the drive cylinder or something of a Ragnarok class battleship from the Allegan Empire. It's pretty interesting. Still doesn't really make sense, but eh. I guess it's supposed to be like some sort of futuristic turbine blade. Not really sure. Takes a while to get to the end of, though. You used to just be able to sort of run through here and aggro everything and, you yeah, sort of relax. And that glowing red elevator is where we're trying to get to. We're almost there. Kind of silly, huh? We're just cleaving through these. We have to, like, actually... start the terminal here. Swing, swing. Drive cylinder, the RAGNAROK. Yeah, they're already on the second wave. No surprise though. This was soloable at level 60, even by DPS, so... These spinnerooks could actually be dangerous though. I mean, if he wasn't killing them in one hit. Taking me a hot minute to... It's basically a DPS race. It had a soft enrage. I think after about 7 minutes, it turns blood red and the floor starts to electrocute you. So. Having overcome the seemingly endless waves of hostile constructs, you and your stalwart companions continue the descent into an unknown abyss. At a depth of 1910 yalms, you are assailed by a winged terror, an ancient dragon brought to heel by the Allagans and made to do their bidding. The trials grow ever more arduous, but you are resolved to press on for the sake of the truth. Looks like Bahamut's claw. This fight used to have an incredibly steep incline leading into the arena. And the incline literally disturbed ranged attacks and line of sight. That was how steep the incline was. They did several alterations to the incline. But as you can see, we're walking across a petrified claw of the actual Bahamut. This is going rather smoothly than I expected it. It is indeed convenient to have a hero on hand. Yeah, I know, Darius is kicking ass. This resembles a finger. A finger? You mean a claw. A claw, honey. This is Bahamut's hand. As for the wings, it seems to be frozen, and that I count my blessings. But again, I find myself wondering, how is it able to retain physical form? I'd assumed that Bahamut's reversion to ether was the cause of the widespread changes to the realm, but if he is still here, then that theory no longer holds. Well, he's kind of petrified rock, and it looks like he's made out of crystal now. We'll find out, baby cakes. Winged terrors, some wyverns, and then the big bitch Twintania. She left. That's not good. Uh-oh. Ouch. Uh-oh. Well. Yeah, there we go. Still dangerous to level 80s. That's a raid boss for you. Deposit bow. Alright, we should get sent to a unique area. The first time you clear this, you get sent to a unique instance. Yep. The main bridge. I'd say what, that was like the first, like each turn was like 5 minutes cutscenes into that, so this contraption is used to control the saturation of ether. I suppose there's one way to find out. I'm gonna take a swig of my sake, so I'm turning the mic off for a second. Guardians would kill for this knowledge. They'll be sure it could as easily be brought to bear against them. An army of dragons can turn the tide of any battle, as the Guardians once learned to their sorrow. I would not be the least surprised if they now sought to exploit this power. Whatever their plans, this serves as another reminder of the might of the Allagans. One cannot help but wonder how so advanced a civilization came to fall. Probably their own hubris? Probably by fucking around too much with stuff they shouldn't have been fucking around with. Probably Asians, calamities, dicks. I haven't seen this cutscene in years. This is... Whoa. Got to be good. See, a lot of people that don't like Alice, they didn't do the Binding Coil, so they don't have this rapport with her. There's Bahamut's head, tethered into a giant crystal of all things. And the enormous crystal at Palte's have this, as if it were a heart. And the primal that had awakened, was Bahamut all this time? No, 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 this cannot be true. This would mean that grandfather died for naught. Confound it, we do not know enough to strike it now. We must withdraw. Who is that? No, it can't be. No. Grandfather, is it truly you? Can't hear a word you're saying, old man, but yeah, it looks like it's Louis Soir. And who's that person up there that looks like they're in Garlean armor? Relics from 1.0, no doubt. Oh no, don't leave me again, please! Grandfather! I can't do Alice's voice at all. So, although it's not as if I'm especially trying, but Aww. Out we go. Northern Thanalin. Well, it seems like he's stuck underground to me. Of course, he didn't have the echo, so he could have been tempered. All primals can temper, you know. Oh, she's all grateful and stuff. How cute. Why is... Oh, okay, it's like Praetorium entrance point. Let's see. I forget where I gotta go now. I think it's back to the Waking Sands. I'm not 100% sure. See, was I right? Yeah, Alsace's pledge. Oh, Alsace actually came here. Dude, you shared that your grandfather lives and, like, every other sign isn't fucking chomping at the bit? Tartano Flats, huh? Could have only been Bahamut. Bahamut stirreth. If left unchecked, the primal shall drink of Eosia's life force, till he doth awaken to rain ruin upon the land. So, do you suppose Ascians took advantage of that, and that's why they were watching Cartano and being all glad that Bahamut was awake again? Do they have, like, basically easy calamities, like, for, like, the first 7 or whatever? Oh, so she thinks she's crazy and doesn't want to... My strength? You mean Darius' strength? Whew. I mean, I'm more than strong enough to fulfill the DPS role for when these things were current. But, like, yeah, doing them with like 3 people, it's like, nah, man. What? What is this for? Oh, maybe I've forgotten the order of events. Yep, we learned that in the Crystal Tower raid. Serve as its living core. Internment hulks. Ragnarok class. Sort of. I mean, not really, but sort of. We'll figure out more about what's given Bahamut the power of prayer. By 3 such binding coils, huh? Always in 3s. 3 is the number of power and whatnot. Ah, North Shroud, huh? Serpent Lieutenant? What is that? Anna L? Okay, Anna L. Okay. Cool beans. Her name's almost anal. Yeah, whatever. Hey, I'm a Serpent Lieutenant as well. South and west, huh? Very well, very well, very well. Sharp-eyed serpent private, huh? I'm here for Alice and going into the coil. They probably don't know it's here yet, but that won't always be the case. His hair's parted the other way, and he's got green crystals, okay? And I think his ears are a little bit curvier. They're curved ever so slightly different. That's right, that's right. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna stop the recording here, and I'll see you shortly in the next part of the Binding Coil Bahamut parts of the Let's Play. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe.